What is going on, everyone? It is Snickel here, and I have another trophy talk for you. This is going to be for the week of October 24th, 2021, I think. I always get the years all mixed up, man. That's what happens when you turn old. But I had a pretty good week when it came to gaming. I hope all of you guys had good weeks when it came to gaming. Let me know down in the comments below anything that you guys have been playing throughout the weeks, any progress you've been making, and if you have anything that you want me to discuss in upcoming trophy talks, you can also leave those in the comments below. Any like random topics or questions or anything like that, you can also leave those in the comments below of this video. And if you do go on to enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already for more trophy content like this. So anyway, with all of that being said, let's get into what I've been playing. It's actually been quite a successful 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks since I did the trophy talk. So as you guys know, I really don't like to do the trophy talks when I don't make progress and stuff, if that makes sense. I really like to, talk about things. I don't want to come on here and just be like, and all I did this week was play this same game and earn no trophy. So I like to make some progress. So I've made a lot of progress this week in things. So let's start off from, where we start. So first off, we have Killzone Mercenary. So this kind of came out of nowhere. I don't know. It kind of just came out of nowhere. So I have been trying to do multiplayer games like everything that I own. But when it comes down to it, I can only, do so much. So I kind of have to figure out like what I want to do. So, as you guys know, or if you don't know, I actually did Killzone 2 and 3 back right when the servers went down. So beginning of 2018, January, February, March of 2018. I did Killzone 2, got Valor Grand Cross, did all that, did Killzone 3, did all that, did the Killzone 3 multiplayer standalone, did all that, which didn't auto pop. You had to actually do everything twice. And obviously the biggest thing was Killzone 2, doing Valor Grand Cross and everything. So after I did that, I was kind of like, okay, I'm feeling good. And for the podcast, we said that if we reached 100 subs, or when we reached 100 subs, that we were going to stream boosting Killzone Shadowfall, which we're still going to do. So we're going to boost Killzone Shadowfall. We're going to do the Intercept DLC. We'll do the standalone and the base game one. So we'll be doing everything. So, I was thinking about it and I'm like, well, the only thing I have left to do at this point is Killzone Mercenary, which is the last Killzone. Also, another caveat to this is if you guys don't know already, or I should say, if you don't know, you can actually play Killzone Mercenary on a PlayStation TV. You don't have to play it on the PlayStation Vita. Now, there is a downside to playing it on the PlayStation TV, and the downside is that you cannot play or you cannot use Bot Zone. You can't download the Bot Zone DLC. And what the Bot Zone DLC does is it allows you to get basically all of the multiplayer trophies. You can get every single one in here, but some of them are hard to do with the bots. But you can get all of them. You do need to load into a multiplayer match for things to count, but you can do everything in Bot Zone. So with that being said, thank you. With that being said, I loaded up and I tried to download Bot Zone on the Vita or on the TV, and it didn't work. So I was like, what the hell? I kept getting an error message. I was like, what the hell? So then I downloaded Bot Zone on the Vita, and I was able to do everything that I needed to do. So I basically did all that. And then the most pain in the ass trophy is to complete 100 multiplayer game rounds. I will probably make a multiplayer guide on this game sometime in the future just to kind of help people. But the way that you do the 100 multiplayer game rounds the fastest is you load up Bot Zone and you do the one that's 4v4, and you put 3 AI on your team with you, 4 AI on the other team, and then you set the bots on your team to be like gold or whatever, like the best of the best. You leave the other ones at bronze. You let them play, and then usually they can fully beat a round in 5 to 7 minutes. Now, if you don't do that, the rounds take 10 minutes. So, obviously, if you're saving a few minutes every single round, they count when you do a few rounds total. So that definitely helps out. Doing the 100 rounds, it took me, I think, maybe like 3 nights. And literally what I would do is I would have my Vita plugged in, and I would be playing anything else. And I would just have my Vita next to me. And when the round ended, I clicked on the next map. I clicked launch game. I spawned in, and then I just let it do its thing. You don't even have to, when you die, you don't even have to spawn in. The game will end, it'll do its thing, and then it'll load you back in. You load everything back up, you do it like that. So you can kind of AFK it in a way. I mean, you do have to click a few times, but you can AFK it. Other than that, everything else is pretty easy. You will need, or it is easier to have 3 people for this, because you're going to need a few people for doing things like, where is it? Rescue an injured teammate, and multiplayer requires 3, because you obviously need 2 people on one team, 1 person on another team. I actually almost did get this with a bot. They fell, but then when they fell, they didn't let me revive them because they're kind of stupid. So that's kind of cool. And then the other one is get your filthy hands off, which is to kill an enemy while they're being interrogated, or kill an enemy while they're interrogating a teammate. So you'll need 3 for that as well. Obviously 2 on one team, 1 on the other. And then you're going to need somebody that has the M2 tranquilizer gun, which is not actually that expensive. I think it's like 9,500, whatever the currency is. I don't even know what the currency is. But you'll get that. You'll get that as you're playing. I think I ended up with like 40,000 by the time I finished. So finished this up, uploaded my save to the cloud, and then whenever I get around to it, I'll download it on the TV, the PS TV, and do it over there, because I'll be doing, full collectible guides and trophy guides and everything, and full 1080p, whatever frames per second the game decides to allow me to run on. But yeah, that's done. And again, the main reason behind doing it was because I am going to, at some point very soon, get to my PS3 backlog and start working through the ABC games. And by the time I get down to K, I am going to obviously do all the Killzone games, that being Killzone HD, Killzone 2, Killzone 3, and I'll probably do Killzone Mercenary just because it's on the Vita, and get that done. And then from there, maybe do Shadowfall. I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, but that's kind of my goal when I get down to where, and why can I not find it? Am I being stupid? Yeah, I was being stupid. So when I get down to K's, we'll obviously do Killzone 2, Killzone 3. I've done Killzone 3 multiplayer, and then we'll do Killzone Shadowfall, and we'll get that done. We'll get those 3, and then Killzone HD will obviously add up to the top. So we'll get a bunch of games done there. That'll be great. Getting the Killzone franchise done in this day and age would be like quite the thing to do. But then up next, we have probably my biggest accomplishment of that I've made in a while in gaming, I guess you could say. Definitely this week for sure, and that is getting the platinum trophy in Max Payne 3. So the quick backstory of this is we did do all of the multiplayer and everything way back before the servers went down, which was on September 16th. So we finished all of that up. I did the challenge mode, did everything that I needed to do, and then I basically left myself with New York Minute Hardcore, hard, old school hardcore, basically the rest of the playthroughs. That's what I left myself with. So I was slowly kind of chipping away at this. And what ended up happening was I almost felt like, I don't know, I almost felt like I wasn't making progress. I don't really know how to explain it. So I had those playthroughs left. And I was doing each one of the playthroughs, and I was doing New York Minute, and I kind of got through, but then I was getting stuck at the what is it called, the police station. I wasn't finishing with enough time. So then I finished my hard playthrough, and then I went back and I breezed through the rest of the levels in New York Minute because I felt kind of comfortable with the game. So then I told myself from there that I would finish the challenges up, which is what I did. I went down and finished all the single player grinds up. And then after that, I had the 3 trophies left, which is what I had for the last trophy talk. I had to finish up the old school hardcore and New York Minute hardcore. So I ended up getting New York Minute hardcore done last, I think, Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, last Thursday night I finished that, which was what a process. So it took me, if anyone is wondering, it took me 7 attempts, if I'm remembering correctly. I got to get both hands out. Yeah, I believe it took me 7 attempts, and 6 of the 7 attempts I would blame on the game. And honestly, I would blame all 7 of them on the game, but I'm going to blame one on myself just because I should have known better. And the one that I'm blaming on myself is one where I was in chapter 6, I believe, and I shoot dodged to get out of the way, and a grenade was thrown, and I didn't know there was a grenade because it didn't show up on the screen, and it ended up killing me. obviously being, an hour and a half in or something, it's not a lot of time to go back, but it definitely is heartbreaking to lose that progress. And that was kind of every single run. Every time I was playing through, I was super confident. And I didn't stream it because I told myself I'm going to have the streamer's curse. And I ended up having the streamer's curse off stream, which sucked. But I was in calls with Waves and Brian for a few of the runs that I did. And if you ask them or if anyone talks to them, they'll tell you like I was super confident with everything I was doing. I knew where every enemy was. I knew where every spawn was. I knew how many enemies were in this spot, that spot. Other than like the last few chapters, because I only had played them, like 2 times, counting the time that I beat it. So I wasn't like, well, 2 times for New York Minute Hardcore, I should say. Prior to that, I had 3 experiences. But when you replay the first few chapters a lot of times back to back, you get pretty comfortable with them. That's how I was feeling. But then the last chapters, I wasn't like super. I was knowledgeable, but not to the point of the first chapter. So I think I started doubting myself, and then that ended up giving me like sweaty palms. I'm like, oh man, am I actually going to do this? So definitely unfortunate, but we got through. That's all that matters. I got through, finished it up. I finished up New York Minute Hardcore, did that last Thursday, and then basically when I got that done, I was like, I got this plat. So I went through and did I think a few days later in the week, basically when I started streaming, I did the old school and then hardcore playthrough. Got that done, finished it up. I will have a video up either tomorrow, sometime later this week. I'll have my platinum video up discussing it, but what an experience, man. What an experience. Definitely, I would say, I do probably kind of basic, but I feel like I don't know, whatever. But my trophy cabinet is obviously my 10 rarest platinum trophies. And my goal for my 10 rarest platinum trophies was to always get them as ultra rares. And now, I'm trying to get them all as sub 1% with, 2 slots left, which I have 2 games that can definitely go in there. No problem at all. So, hopefully we'll, we'll fill that in and get that done. And then, who knows what the next goal will be for the trophy cabinet. But I guess what I was trying to get at was this has to be up there with one of the games that I've had basically is the most, I don't want to say skill dependent, but definitely like one of the most stressful platinums, if that makes sense. In a way, I don't want to say stressful because gaming isn't stressful, but I would say it probably competes with Gran Turismo 5. And it all depends on the type of player that you are. If you enjoy racing games, Gran Turismo 5 is hard, but like it's doable. You can get through it if you keep trying and you'll persevere, trust me. So Max Payne 3 definitely the same way, and then I look at a few other ones and it's like, is it really, you know, skill dependent, or was it just stupid grinding, or like what was it? Like Mod Nation Racers has a few. Evolve was kind of just grindy. Grand Theft Auto 4 was, kind of just grindy and time consuming. The crew was definitely just time consuming. Guitar Hero Live had a few things in it, but I actually really enjoyed going for that platinum. Like I really enjoyed Guitar Hero Live. I wish that they would make a new Guitar Hero game, not necessarily with the Guitar Hero Live guitar, but just this kind of play style, because there was a thing in this game called um I think it's this down here, GHTV. No, it wasn't GHTV. I think was it just called Guitar Hero Live? I don't know. Hold on. I think it was called GHTV. I don't remember the exact feature. But basically there was a mode, we'll say it's GHTV. Someone can, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was GHTV, where basically you would just load into the game. And there was a career mode you played through to kind of like get used to the game, but like the actual meat and potatoes of the gameplay was like you would load into this GHTV and then you would pick a playlist that you wanted to play from, and then it would just continuously like loop song after song after like, and it would shuffle them, and it was different songs, and there was the music video playing behind. It was really cool. It was a really cool concept that they put behind it. And it was nice because since it was like on their servers, they could continuously update it and put new songs on or pull new songs down and do stuff like that. So it was really cool. I really enjoyed that GHTV mode, and I wish it was something that I wish Guitar Hero would come back. If it was a Guitar Hero Live controller, it could be. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. But Guitar Hero Live, a little bit skill dependent, but just like fun game. Max Payne 3 again. I would say somewhat skill dependent, but 7 playthroughs that really pushes people away. And then combining not only, well, it's technically like 5, or it's 5 playthroughs, but it's 6 minimum with the DLC because you have to do challenge mode. I ended up doing 7 because I played on the medium difficulty, which didn't unlock any of the harder difficulties. So I actually had to play on medium and then hard to then unlock like old school and hardcore. So I had to play an extra playthrough just because I was trying to get the challenge mode unlocked as fast as possible. So I ended up with 7 playthroughs total. But of course, with all those New York Minute hardcore playthroughs and attempts, you're doubling that. So that definitely pushes people away, having to do 6 playthroughs for the 100%, but then also having to do all of the multiplayer, and not even all the multiplayer, but get level 50 overall was quite a grind. But, I would say definitely grind and skill related. Golf Club 2 was just grindy as hell. MotoGP was, kind of skill dependent on finding people. Gran Turismo 5, I would say, was skill dependent on the game, and Twisted Metal was just grindy and kind of skill dependent because there was a trophy to beat it on the hardest difficulty, but you could kind of cheese that. But yeah, I guess what I'm trying to get at here is not every ultra rare trophy or sub 1% trophy I have is really based off of skill. There, some of them are definitely just, having enough time and stuff like that. So, and I'll probably get some of those platinums sometime in the future, but yeah. Anyway, Max Payne 3 done. I don't want to go on for that. I don't want to go on too much longer for that. And then I'm not going to say last up because I have something else to talk about, but to cover Grand Theft Auto 5 obviously. So Grand Theft Auto 5 is the last game that I'm going for currently where the servers are shutting down. They go down in December. So I've basically finished everything in the game. I finished the whole single player other than one trophy, which is 3-man army, which I'm saving to get the platinum. And then the last thing I have to get in the base game is rank 100. So, and I'm really close to that. I'm ranked like 97 or something, very close. And then as for the heist DLC, we have 3 more heists to do, I believe. Total, we have to do a series funding because we're on it. Then we have to do Pacific Standard Job, and then we have to do one more prison break because Waves needs to get his 25% across all players. So hopefully by the time I get these last 2 trophies, I may get Mastermind. If not, we'll have to grind a few things out. Probably have to grind a few things out for Waves, or both of us. And then the 8 million, you only need 3.4 for this, but I'm at around 1.5-ish or so. So I don't know. I would say I probably need about 2 million more to feel comfortable with getting that trophy, but we're close to that. And before I cover the last game that I've been playing, I want to talk about Grand Theft Auto real quick because more news about the Grand Theft Auto Definitive Edition was put out. And I know that this is off topic because it's not games I've been playing, but I just wanted to cover it before moving on. All I got to say is this ain't it, Chief. This definitive edition that they're boasting just ain't it. That's all I'm going to say. I know people have been sitting here and saying that the art direction that they have makes sense because that's what the games look like. They were cartoony back in the day, and that people are praising the art style. Something's just off about it. The games just don't look right. They look like claymation. You can tell that they were made in whatever, and I can't even remember, Unreal Engine. You could tell that they're Unreal games. I always want to say Unity, but you could tell they're Unreal Engine games. There's unnecessary shininess in certain parts. The lighting is jank. It just doesn't look right at times. I don't know. I may be proven wrong. I'm definitely going to pick the games up at some point. Maybe not day one, but I will definitely pick them up at some point to experience them because I do think it would be very interesting to play them with modern controls. I do think that would be very interesting. And who knows, maybe the art style will look good when you're playing it, Like when you go back and look at trailers for like Grand Theft Auto 5 and Grand Theft Auto 4 and stuff, like it looks different lighting wise than the game does when you actually play it. So once we see some actual gameplay, maybe it'll change my mind, but I don't know. Things just don't look right with it. Like Tommy, they did Vice City wrong. Who knows what's going to happen with the soundtrack? Tommy and all of them having fingers now just looks weird. Like, I don't know. There's definitely good things happening. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know, man. It doesn't look right. It doesn't sit right with me. And the other thing is that the people that are making it are the same people that made this Grand Theft Auto San Andreas game on the PS3, which is also the port of the mobile games. So, like, again, my hopes aren't too high. I don't have my hopes set too high. Now, with them releasing on the PS4 and PS5, I'm assuming we're going to be getting 6 total trophy lists added, which is a lot. But playing Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City 3 times, I have no problem with that. And then playing San Andreas, I guess it will be 4 times. Again, I don't really have a problem with that. I would really love to see Grand Theft Auto 4 get some love, or the Vice City and Liberty City Stories games get some love. I've been missing those, but I just wanted to clear that out because I'm sure people are wondering like what my stance is on that. My stance is that they could be good, but they just don't look right now. They ain't looking like they're it. I'll just say that. And then the last game that I want to talk about that I've been playing very shortly, just kind of getting into, is Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I did hop into this Siege of Paris DLC, so I'm currently playing through that right now. I'm just doing a few random things around the map and doing some rebel missions, so I'm not actually doing too much towards the main game, but I probably will be making a few trophy guides on here for a few of these things. But I mean, it's a good game to go back and play, I guess. I could definitely see why I felt the way I felt when I was playing it, but it is refreshing to go back and play after, playing Max Payne 3 and Grand Theft Auto 5 for so much. So that is what it is. Anyway, that is what I've been playing this week. What do I plan on playing in the upcoming weeks? Or we'll say weeks. I was going to say week, but we'll say weeks. So starting off, obviously Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I'm going to try to finish that up by next week. It's kind of my goal. Grand Theft Auto 5 is basically done for the time being until we get through the heist stuff. So I'm not going to be playing Grand Theft Auto 5 until we finish the heist, but I would love to finish the heist this weekend. So I'm kind of hoping that we'll get all of the heist stuff done this weekend. That's the goal there. So Grand Theft Auto 5 probably on the weekend. All my other time, I'll be playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla. The other game that I'm going to be playing after Valhalla is going to be Ghost of Tsushima. I will probably start by doing the Rivals and Mastery challenges, the Legends DLC first, and then I'll go back and do the Iki Island story and exploration trophies, and obviously put guides out on that if they need them, but that's what I'm planning to do there. So 2 DLCs to finish those up. And then after that, there's a few games for multiplayer that I would like to cover. I've been in talks with people about doing an entire franchise, so those games may be popping up here and there. But yeah, we'll just be getting through things. Oh, another game that I might start after I do the DLCs for Valhalla and Ghost of Tsushima. Then I was trying to figure out what I want to do, because I think I'm going to hop into the PS3 backlog at that point, but I was trying to figure out if I want to kind of get some stuff out of the way, or what I want to do, right? So I had something come up that I think I'm going to end up doing, and that's basically I'm going to do Dirt Rally 2.0, because Codemaster scares me. And I was looking at Dirt Rally the other day, and then I pulled up Dirt Rally 2.0, and I realized, like, holy shit, like, the amount of shit that you have to do in this game is kind of ridiculous. And there's a trophy for doing like 3 weekly community events, completing 3 weekly community events, which, like, again, not bad, but like I have to get on every week and do it. And then there's another one for finishing in the top tier of a daily driver community event and an Audi Sport Quattro. I guess that's an S1E. I don't know what the hell that means, but yeah, I have to do daily events and try to do that. So I was just thinking I may just hop on this game and try to get it done. There's a few DLC trophies that make me like, I'm like, yikes. You have to win a World Rallycross Championship final with AI set to 100 and cockpit view and assists disabled. Very interesting trophy right there. And then complete every scenario on hard difficulty. That's crazy too. So, yeah, I was just debating, going into this because I love the dirt games, and I would hate to, have, it's funny I'm going to say this, but I would hate to have them all done and then have one be fucked on me. But if you guys can't see the screen already, That's already happened with Dirt 2. So, but I don't want 2 to be, screwed on me. So, I may end up hopping into Dirt Rally 2.0 this week. I may have to pull the wheel out and get down and dirty and try to, that, no pun intended there. I swear to God, I did not think of that. That was corny as hell. But but get down, get that done, just because, I should probably get it. Anything that kind of has like daily events or weekly events or stuff like that, I always try to get done because it scares me. And especially Codemasters, because if you guys don't know anything about Codemasters, they are owned by EA now, but if you guys know anything about Codemasters, they screwed Grid Autosport. The RaceNet challenges. So there's things called RaceNet challenges in Grid Autosport, and on March 15th, I earned it, and it went down in April. I don't know how this guy in October got it. That they got to be down still. There's no way that this man got it, that they're back up. Let me check. Hold on. RaceNet challenges might be down. But they just randomly went down one day, and you message Codemasters and they don't respond. They're like, "Oh, we'll let somebody know." They don't let a damn person know. So I always try to do their like RaceNet or weekly stuff or stuff like that just to get it done. Um yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're owned by what's it called, EA now, so you could always try EA, but I don't know. But anyway, I always try to get any sort of weekly or daily event stuff like that done, and if I'm gonna just do that, I might as well do the game at that point. So I may end up doing Dirt Rally 2.0 just to get that done and looking into other things. The other franchise that I was talking about earlier is also a Codemasters franchise. So I've done some of the games, so we'll kind of see where it goes, but. Definitely a lot of things on the plate. I am definitely looking forward to getting into my PS3 backlog for sure now and not having to play like the two most grindy games that I had to play, because Max Payne 3 and GTA 5 were definitely two of the most grindy games that I had to do in my backlog. I guess better to get them out of the way first. But another thing I'm planning on doing, let me know down in the comments below what you guys know me. I like to be outside the box. So I haven't played or platted a PS5 game yet. And I have a PS5. So let me know down in the comments below what PS5 game you guys think I should do. And remember, I like to be outside the box. So I don't want to do stuff like Astro's Playroom, Bug Snatch. I don't want to do any of that. I was thinking Destruction All-Stars. I was thinking maybe Godfall. I don't know. I want something outside the box. It's kind of what I was thinking. Chivalry 2. I don't know. I'm trying to think outside of the box for that, for a first PS5 Platinum. I don't want it to be something that's dirt easy. Obviously, I want to do Astro's Playroom at some point, but I don't think I want to do it as my first one, because I want something that has a little bit of I don't know. I want it to be a little interesting, because I was looking back on my first PS4 Platinum, because that's the only console that I've had mid life cycle, console or account general, whatever the fuck you want to say, account mid cycle, whatever. And my first PS4 Platinum, so my first PS3 Platinum was obviously Assassin's Creed 2. My first PS4 Platinum was Destiny 1. So I would like to keep the train going of interesting first Platinums. So that's why part of me is thinking Godfall or Destruction All-Stars, even though it's a plus game, or just something. I want to pick something out that's definitely interesting. So anyway, that's what I've been playing. That's what I plan on playing. Let's look through a few of these comments here. If you guys have any comments or any topics you want me to discuss in upcoming trophy talks, you can definitely let me know down in the comments below this. We'll discuss in the next one. So first comment we have here is from NCS fan. He says, good progress on GTA 5 and Max Payne. You're working on Far Cry 6 for Plat 550 and attempting to finish a solo guide by Thursday after being kicked off a collab by a lower tier writer. So thank you. Thank you for the the good progress. I have made great progress in these games, even though they've been driving me crazy. So it's weird, like, not having to invest so much time and effort and energy into a game now. But yeah, I mean, get that Far Cry 6 done. I've heard nothing but good things about it. So I mean, it's, obviously Far Cry, but I've not heard anything like awful about it. But that sucks, being kicked off a lower, or getting kicked off a guide by a lower tier raider. Like, even if, regardless of who it is, like, that's bullshit. And especially if you have there's no reasoning behind it. Like, they're just like, see ya. Like, that's a bunch of shit. I have a lot of problems with PSMP guides nowadays. I find that they're overkill with information. Like, you literally need to invest more time into reading the guide than you have to do actually playing the game, which is kind of annoying. So that's irritating. But on the flip side, I have read through some PSMP guides recently from the earlier days that just ain't it. They just ain't it. They're kind of bad. So I can see the want or need to have, detailed guides, but I feel like there's overkill and people definitely are weird when it comes to guides. Like, I don't get it, but I hope you get Far Cry 6 done. Next up, we have Football Villain 56. I haven't seen you in a while, Football Villain. He says, how have you been? I've been good. You've cleaned up some games, been really focused on Destiny 2 for 100%. I noticed you mentioned remasters of Need for Speed games. I'm honestly wanting a remake of the original Most Wanted from '05, or Need for Speed Carbon, I think came out in '07. Could be wrong. However, games that I like on the PS5, I would buy day one. I completely agree. I would love original Most Wanted, Carbon. I think honestly, Carbon was supposed to be like a sequel to Most Wanted, so I think that's why I love Carbon too. But I would love to see those Underground, anything really. I mean, anything other than like, and not even anything, man. Like, not anything remastered. Like, I would love to see anything from Need for Speed, like at all. Need for Speed is the one of the only franchises that we have as like an open world racing game on the PS or on PlayStation that's like a big name. That's what kind of pisses me off with Midnight Club, is because Midnight Club competed with Need for Speed as like the biggest and best open world racing game. Now we don't get Midnight Club anymore. And same thing for Need for Speed. I don't get it. But people praise them, so I don't know. But I would buy them day one as well. Next up, we have Trent. I found your channel through the Sly 4 video. Such a frustrating game to platinum on the Vita. I'm doing it again at the moment. The motion controls in the arcade machine challenges are horrible. You like these long talks, so you're here to stay. Well, thank you for joining us. And yeah, Sly 4. I love Sly 4. I love all the Sly games, but I think Sly 4 got to the point where I was like, all right, can this just be over? Like, I've had enough. Can this just be over? So I couldn't imagine on the Vita. I wonder if that works on the PS TV. It'd be interesting. Next up, we have Heal. Playing Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, Prototype 1, the Saboteur, underrated classic, and Eleanor. I'm assuming that's MGS2 is a monster to give it, making good progress at the moment. And also, my hardest plat is DC Online PS4. Dang, I think that's a time-consuming game. But yeah, I would love to get to Ninja Gaiden. I would love to get to the Prototype games. Saboteur is a game that I've always wanted to get to. I've had intention for years. It's a Pandemic game. So Pandemic's last game. It's very underrated. So I would love to play all of those. Congrats on the DC Universe Online Platinum. That's yikes. Next up, we have Ted. I'm an achievement hunter and I love your content. Well, thank you, Ted. Thank you very much. I love that you're an achievement hunter. Next up, we have Maddie. No one else is going to point out it hurts when I pee in the top tabs. Listen. Okay? Sometimes I'll be looking at things and I forget, okay? Then up next, we have Alberto. Your hardest platinum is Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Oh, congratulations. Any Call of Duty is kind of impressive, honestly, other than the remasters. So big congrats on that. Then we have Dead Memes. I got the platinum in Super Street the game. Now that's what I'm talking about. Now that's a racing game we all need. No, I'm just Super Street the game is interesting, but I'm telling you what, they do shit in that game to car models that should just not be done. They will literally combine like a Mark IV Supra with like an R34 Skyline somehow, and it looks disgusting. That game should be on fire for doing that. And then last up, we have Waves 400. Who makes progress in games anymore? Well, I try to, but it can be hard sometimes. So again, if you guys have any topics or anything that you want me to discuss, again, leave them down in the comments below this video. And let me know down in the comments below this video what you guys have been playing, what you've been up to and everything. Down in the description of this video, you're going to find links for all types of stuff. My Twitter, my Twitch, some videos, Discord server, podcast, things like that. So if you want to listen to any other content, or you want to, stop by the stream sometime, you can give me a follow anywhere, or subscribe at any of those stuff, or join, or any of those good things. Everything is linked down in the description below. Again, I hope you guys did go on to enjoy the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like. I hope you guys all had a great day, great week. I hope you guys all have a great day and great week upcoming. And if you haven't subscribed, I don't know if I said this, subscribe for more trophy content like this, because this is where all the PlayStation trophy hunting athletes are at. Anyway, I hope to see you guys around sometime soon.